And there we go, threading up to a shoulder. Beautiful. Hey everybody, this is Richard and welcome to another episode of Making Something from Nothing. We're going to be doing a lathe project today. A customer sent in this guy here, and the piece I'm unscrewing is an adapter, and he wants another one made. Pretty interesting. There's a couple things going on with this thing. We've got a half 20 thread over on this end, a 28 TPI thread over on this end. It's bored out to a little bit more than an inch, and then a through hole that's 3/8. So I thought this would be a good project to share with everybody. I've got my notes. Let's get on to the project. Now I thought about this for a while, and what I'm going to do first is go ahead and turn this threaded section here down to diameter and go ahead and thread it first. So let's go ahead and do that. Lovely. I don't need a radius in this corner over here on the shoulder, so I switched to high-speed steel with a sharp point. But I'm looking for 1 inch 247 thousandths, and I'm at 247 and a half. I'm going to call that good. If you could see that, the thread goes right up to the shoulder. That's how his part is, and that's how the new part that I'm making is going to be. Inside threading tool, I'm going to be running the lathe in reverse and pulling the tool this way on the back side. Now what I'm going to do is move the tool right up onto the shoulder so it's touching, and then I'm going to back it off just a little bit. Then I'm going to put in my carriage stop so I can come back to the same point every time. Now normally for a thread you would have the compound at 29 degrees and feed in using the compound. I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to be feeding in with the cross slide. It works perfectly fine. So that's what we're going to do. And we're cutting 28 threads per inch, so we're good to go. Okay, right now we're at 25 thousandths on the thread depth, and I'm going to do a spring pass. We need to take it to 32 thousandths deep. And it's a little bit tight. Need to take that up to 32. We're going to take another 5 here. Right now I'm at 31. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, I already showed you the process once, so I'm going to go ahead and bring everybody back once I properly cut this thread. The sample that I received from the customer was a little bit larger, and he asked me to do a little bit better job of matching this OD to this OD. So that's what we're doing here. It's maybe a thou difference. I think I'll leave it, and if I want to polish it out later, I could do it then. I got more work to do on this. First I'm going to go ahead and use a 5/16, and then I'm going to take it up to a 23/64, and then I'm going to go ahead and ream it with a 3/8 reamer. So I'm going to go ahead and follow this up with a 23/64. Now this pretty large counter bore is 1 1/8 inch deep. So I'm going to take my drill and I'm going to go 1 inch deep, and I'm going to hog out the rest with the boring bar once I have that installed on the machine. I have an indicator over here showing me where the bottom of the hole is. I need 10 more thousandths deep and 30 more thousandths this way. Well, I don't want to have this thing get dinged up by parting it off on the lathe, so I'm going to take it out and cut it off on the bandsaw. One more operation to go. $300,000ths long, so I got a lot to take off. So I went ahead and marked where I need to go ahead and face this off to. So I'm going to go ahead and face this part off to right here. I'm going to turn this section in between these two score lines down to 495 thousandths and then thread it half 20. So we got about 6 to go. We got 496. That'll work for me. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put a thread relief on this shank right here, and we'll thread it half 20. Perfecto. The other sample that he supplied was about 9/1000ths oversized, and this is right on the money. I can't feel anything. I think he's going to be real happy with that. Well, I thought we'd do a side-by-side comparison. I'm handheld over here. I have my depth gauge over in it. Damn it. I'll give you a hint. Crap.